What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is James. I'm currently building my house in Tennessee. This is going to be an update video for everybody. I know it's been quite a while since I've done an update video, let you guys know where everything's been going. I'll be straight with it. I've had some setbacks, financially, health-wise. I've just had some setbacks here. This is going to be a two-part video. First, I want to show you guys where the house is built right now, or where it's at right now. Let you see where I've gotten, where I still need to go, and kind of after that, I plan to do the second half, kind of basically let you know why everything stopped and basically my plans forward. I'm kind of doing this impromptu. I've kind of thought about how I was going to do this video. I'm not the best at wording everything all the time, so I'm only doing a one take. If I make a million mistakes, I'm going to do a million mistakes, but this is going to be my raw, fairly unedited take of what's going on. But again, I'm going to do the first part's going to be where the house is at, my plans for it, and my hopes for continuing whatnot. The second half will basically be all the issues that I've run into since then. But that being said, let me go ahead and show you where the house is at right now. Alright, as you can see, the front of the house, it's ready for siding, but it does not have the siding yet. That is, as soon as I finish the side, that's going to be next. And get around to the other side here. This is the first side that I've done. This is the first side that I have done. I got the whole thing's done except for the actual basement part, which will be done absolute last. I have ideas of how I want to do that, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So right now I'm leaving the basement unfinished. When I get to that point, I'll have a better idea of how I want to finish it out. But that being said, let me show you the back of the house. Alright, now this is, as you can see, this is the basement. Right there you got the first floor, and then you got the second floor. Now that's, if I can zoom up here, that up there, that is the master bedroom access only porch. So that's going to be a full width of the house that is only going to be accessible from the master bedroom. That is just a little private balcony I'm making for the house. Then of course you've got the first floor balcony or porch, however you want to word it. This whole back end is done except again for the basement. I still need to get the basement done. But again, that's going to be last. Now let me show you where I'm working on right now. And it is kind of raining today, guys, so bear with me here. I can't do a whole lot today on the house. That's why I'm choosing today to be a video day. I did choose to take the week off from work to try to get some work on the house. I didn't anticipate it raining, but it is what it is. I'm going to work with what I can work with. That being said, this is the side of the house I'm currently working on. I got the first floor and second floor done. I do not have the attic done yet. That is my next step. I have to do a little bit of work on it to where the OSB has warped a little bit. I need to put some boards behind it, kind of flatten it out before I can put the siding on. I plan to do that this week. Yeah, after today when it's not raining. But that's where it's at. As you should be able to see, I've got it's going to have a little porch, not a very big one, just a little accessible porch on the side of the house, and that's where the laundry room, utility room, pantry, That's where that's going to be. So just give you an idea where that's at. The roof is done. Roof's been done for a while, but that's kind of where I'm at on the house on the outside. The inside I haven't done much anything to. I don't have any electric. I do not have any plumbing. I don't have any of that, any gas. Do not have any of that run. But yeah, that's kind of where I am on the outside of the house. Again, I'll go into some setbacks here in a little bit, but let me think here. Again, guys, this is very impromptu. I don't have a fancy printout of how to make this video flow really well, so I hope y'all appreciate this impromptu-ness of this. That being said, let me do a little turnaround real quick. You can kind of, I've got gonna have a light right there for the porch, and right there is gonna be the exhaust for the dryer. So I've got the exhaust for the dryer, I've got the light there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have a receptacle on this side of the wall or not. I'm kind of iffy on it. I'm gonna have one in the back of the house. I don't know if I want one on the side of the house. I know it's probably better to have more than not need it, but for me, I don't know if I want to or not. That being said, hopefully this week, weather permitting, I'm gonna get all that crown up, all the soffit, the fascia, the vertical vinyl siding up. I'm only doing the vinyl siding up on that up here on this attic eave here. Everything else is going to be metal siding. I do have plans. I've been thinking about it. I would like to, and guys, let me know what you think about this. It's something I've seen them do a lot here in Tennessee. Let me know what your thoughts. My original plan for the front of this house was to have just a front wooden pressure treated porch. But what I see a lot of people do is they'll actually dig out around where the porch is going to be. They'll dig it out, they'll pour a footer, and they'll cinder block it up. Then they'll fill it in with gravel, with rocks, and then they'll pour a couple-inch thick layer of concrete and basically have a concrete porch. And the more I think about that, because I'm out in the woods, guys. There's snakes out here, there's critters, there's spiders. There's spiders, guys. There are spiders here. I don't want a porch that's going to be open, because I know it's just going to be spider delight, if you will. But I really liked seeing some of these houses being built with a poured porch, and it's all sealed off. It's like snakes, spiders, mice, they can't get into it. Get in there, hide, whatnot. What are your guys' thoughts? I know it's going to cost more money. It's going to be, excuse me, a lot more labor intensive. But I'm curious as to what you guys think about that. But I'm definitely thinking about that. I'm thinking something around like a 24 by 6 or 24 by 8, something like that. Because, you know, the house is 30 by 30, so leave 33 feet on each end where there won't be a porch. But that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. So if you don't mind, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about that. Now on the back of the house, I do plan to do a poured pad for the base layer. I don't think I'll be doing any kind of poured porch for the first or second floors, because that's just going to cost way more money than I can afford to do, guys. But I definitely plan to do the first floor. That being said, let me go inside and show you inside the house. Okay, guys, it looks like I do have a good battery, or fully charged battery this time, so I can continue where I was going here. We are on the first floor. This is going to basically be let's see here. You got your front entrance right there. You've got your stairs going up into the second floor. These stairs are actually kind of a commercial stair. I'm going to leave them slightly commercial looking, but open. Let me do a zoom in so you guys can see what I've done. Now these steps here, these are temporary. I will probably change them out with a different type of wood. And I do plan to up here on this part right here, I do plan on doing a really nice accent piece of wood. And get a better view. The side, on both sides, I do plan on doing an accent piece of wood. I want to get a really, really nice piece of wood, something that stains really, really, really good. Like something that's a harder wood so that, you know, it can absorb the nicks and bumps that of course it'll take being out here in the open like that. But I do plan to do something there. These bolts, I plan to actually leave. I plan to paint them. I plan to paint the frame, probably a black or something. I'm not sure exactly, but I do plan to keep it. I want to keep that kind of commercial look, but I want to have lots of the wood accents, if you will. And again, all the steps, I do plan to change them out to a much higher quality wood. This is basically just like 2x8 framing. It's nothing special. Get it Lowe's, Home Depot, whatnot. But that's what I have going from the basement to the first floor and the first floor to the second floor. With that being said, let me get back on track here. You got your front door. This right here is going to be back there is going to be basically the dining room. Over here is going to be the living room. It's going to be just an open concept. I do not plan to close it in. I want this all one big room. Over here, I want to have the kitchen. This is going to be a pretty good sized kitchen. Again, all one big open concept. The only rooms per se that are going to be closed in are going to be this room right here, which is going to be the utility, laundry, pantry, whatnot. And then very front corner, you can see this little window right up here. That's going to be the first floor bathroom. Now, I don't know if it's going to be a full bathroom or if it's going to be like a 3/4 bathroom. I'm not sure. It'll have, you know, of course it's going to have a toilet. It's going to have a sink. But I don't know if I want to do a tub shower or just a shower. I definitely want to have at least a shower just in case. But again, I'm not sure exactly. But yeah, that's going to be the first floor. You've got your bathroom, your utility room, pantry, laundry room, whatnot, your open concept kitchen, open concept dining room, and living room. And the dining room, living room, I'm not sure exactly how I want to do it. It might be a very small dining room, guys. I don't plan to go crazy with that. I want to have more of just a great big living room, if you will. But then you've got your back door to the porch, which is going to be the full width of the house, minus like a foot or two on each end. As you can see from the interior framing, this is all metal framing, guys. I've got the concrete walls, I've got the metal framing. I have, as you can see, stacks and stacks of metal framing for the interior walls. I kind of feel like I bought too much, but we'll see when I get to that point. But that being said, it's going up to the second floor, and this is where all the bedrooms are going to be. You're going to have it's going to be a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, assuming everything goes to plan. Basically, you come up the stairs, you've got your master bedroom walkout porch right there. You're going to have your master bedroom, and then over here you're going to have your master bathroom / closet. right here, see if I can zoom in correctly, in this area here is going to be the bathroom for the 2 other bedrooms. Along this unprotected stairwell here, you're going to have your hallway, and you'll have your access to the bathroom. And then over here, you've got bedroom number 1. You walk over here to this window, and you've got bedroom number 2. So again, this is going to be a 3-bedroom, roughly 3.5 to 3 3/4 bathroom. Or no, let me think about that for a second. I just told you wrong. It's going to be a 3-bedroom, 2.5 to 2 3/4. So you have 2 full bathrooms upstairs, and then either a half or a 3/4 bathroom downstairs. Right now, I do not plan to do a bathroom in the basement. I'd have to do some kind of a sump pump system for it. If I did, it's something that I could very easily add later. But yeah, for right now, I don't plan to do it. At the moment, for y'all that know, it's just me here. I don't need any more bathrooms. But yeah, that's kind of currently where I'm at on the house. Again, there's no electrical, there's no plumbing, there's no interior framing. This is all just one big open floor plan right now, ready to get going. And that leads me to basically the second part of the video. Actually, let me show you. I've got, for those of you who don't know, I do have a 2-car garage metal building on the outside. Just a quick little video so you can see that. I do have a nice 30 by 30 2-car garage. If you haven't figured out by now, I like simplicity. I like whole numbers. 30 by 30 house, 30 by 30 garage. I don't like overcomplicating things if I don't have to. Makes it so much easier for me. But that being said, that's where I'm at on the house, guys and gals. That's where I'm at on the house. The second part of the video is kind of the hard part for me to get into because it's very personal, but I've always not minded sharing to an extent. For the people who don't know me, I moved to Tennessee back in like late 2018, I think it was. 2018, 2019, I forget exactly. Company I was working at, great company, paid me well, great benefits. I was unhappy there though, because it was a 7-day-a-week job. I did it for 11 years, it was 7 days a week. Again, they paid me well, I can't complain. Yeah, it has its ups and downs. I could complain, but I'm not going to. But after 11 years, I just, for a lot of different reasons, I needed to make a transition. I got an opportunity for a very small buyout to leave. I took it. I won't get into much detail on it, but I chose to leave. For my mental health, I needed to leave. The plan was to come down to Tennessee, where mom and stepdad are living, or were living at the time, buy some land, build a house, and basically restart life, if you will. I did that. I came down. Within a couple months or so, I found a piece of land, and I bought it. I got 5 acres. Land had been select cut twice, which wasn't bad. It's kind of good for me, help open up the property a little bit easier. I had to wait like 6 or 8 months before I could get a driveway put in because of the rainy season. It's all clay and rock up here. It's either you're all rock or you're all clay. And they couldn't get the driveway in. I had to wait for it to dry out, really dry out, before I could get a driveway put in. So that kind of set me back. I went over some ideas of what to do, and I decided to go with, I was going to do a salt box style house, but then for resale value, excuse me, for resale value, and not realizing what real estate prices were going to do, I thought I wasn't going to get my money back out because I thought I paid too much for the land, but I got what I could afford with what was available. But I went ahead and decided to do the 3-story basement, first floor, second floor. Do it in ICF. I wanted a really efficient house. I very much wanted and still would love to be off-grid on the house. No utilities, no water company, no electric company, none of that, no gas company. I don't know if that's going to come to fruition or not. Just because of the way everything's been going. But that being said, as you can see from the previous videos, it's just my stepdad and I say stepdad, but I call him my dad. He's, I don't know how to word it, but it's just, he's my dad. So if I go back and forth between calling him stepdad and dad, that's why. I know he's my stepdad, but he's my dad. Anyways, enough rambling. Just him and I really just helped build the house. I had the one company come in and do the basement. I liked it. I thought it was cool. I saw YouTube videos. I wanted to see if I could do it myself. So I asked him if he could sell me just materials. He said, yeah, sure. So he did. And so Dad and I did the first floor and second floor. I had him come down and do the actual pouring because I don't want to mess that up, just to make sure it was done right. But he did the pouring, but we put everything up. But of course, y'all know COVID happened and everything went crazy and everything. I ended up having 2 financial setbacks. Once I injured my finger putting in T-post, a freak accident. I believe I talked about in the video. I ended up having to have surgery to fix it, and that was right close to $15,000 for the surgery and all the therapy and all that good stuff, the ER visit to fix my finger. I did not have health insurance at the time, so that was all out of pocket. And then I had a herniated disc in my lower back, which I knew about. I've had it for a while. Well, it finally went off on me so bad that I couldn't take it anymore. Well, I had to have surgery to have that done. That was right close to 15 grand. So that's, if you add them up, that's 15 grand. That's 30 grand out of the money I had saved to build my house. That was a huge setback. Add to some stock market losses, it kind of crushed me financially. If all that hadn't happened, I could be moving into the house right now. I don't know if I'd have it 100% done, but I'd be moved in right now. But that's where I am financially with that. That's the biggest reason why I haven't finished the house, haven't been able to move in. Now to where I am right now, setbacks that I've had. And this is where it gets kind of personal, and I hope y'all appreciate me sharing this. I worked for a company for like 2 years. I was laid off after 2 years, and like within a week I got a job doing HVAC install. So I was only off work for a week, but I lost my health insurance, and I was in the process of figuring out the health insurance. I'd only been out of, it was only just a couple months, 2 or 3 months of not having insurance. I wasn't crazy worried about it, but I was actively looking into getting insurance. Well, I had an episode where I got up one morning to go to work, and I was just really confused. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know where I was. Didn't really know who I was. I was just totally confused. I remember looking down at my feet, just wondering what's going on, where am I? and I said, I needed to go talk to Mom. I remember moving my left foot up, took a step to make a step, and then my memory just cuts off. At that point, I basically wake up in the hospital. I'm on a bed. I've got an IV hooked up to me. Apparently, they've already run 1 million tests on me, and I'm just like, where am I? How did I get here? What's going on? Just really confused. Long story short, they diagnosed me with transient global amnesia. And that actually ended up being a misdiagnosis, but a very common misdiagnosis. I'll let y'all Google transient global amnesia to get all the details on it, but basically my memory just stopped working. Come find out later that it wasn't transient global amnesia, because transient global amnesia is usually like a one and done. You have one episode, they don't really know what causes it, but just like poof, you've had an episode, okay, and you're done, you're usually okay. Well, it was a couple weeks or months later, it happened to me again. I got half dressed for work, I was half in my uniform, and I went out and I was like, do I have a job? Now, Mom and Dad see and understand what's going on. They basically just go ahead and just take the day off, go in your room. And I said, oh, okay. I a little confused, didn't know what happened, but that's when I got an actual primary doctor, and we started looking at stuff. And come find out, it wasn't just a one and done. I basically lost the first 6+ months of working at the HVAC company. All memory of it is just gone. I remember starting working there, and then it's just no memory. I go back to houses where I helped install an HVAC system, and I don't remember ever being at that house. I go down roads that we've gone down multiple times. I don't remember those roads. I should, but I don't remember them. It's just like my memory just got wiped, if you will. Come find out through a lot of Googling, researching, and doctor's visits, it was not transient global amnesia, it was transient epileptic amnesia. Basically, from best we can tell, I've been having seizures in my sleep, because every time I have an episode, it's upon waking up. I wake up and I don't know what's going on. So basically, I was having mini seizures in my sleep and just messing with my memory. That's that. And that hospital stay, oh good gosh. That hospital stay, again, I didn't have insurance. So after paying off a couple $1,000s worth of bills, the hospital, even cutting their bill in half, they still billed me like $12,000 or $13,000, and I still got a couple $1,000s worth of bills from the nurses that I don't fully understand how they can charge what they're charging. But anyways, that's a different story. So basically, I sat in the hospital for like 3 days and just had a whole battery of tests done. But long story short, it's transient epileptic amnesia. Now, the good thing about this is it's very manageable. It's basically take a medication and it controls it. I forget exactly what they gave me, but it's a generic for Keppra. If y'all want, you can Google that and find out how it does. It basically like helps protect your nerves or neurons or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but I've been taking that. I haven't had an episode since then. Since I've been on the medication, I have not had an episode since then. And I finally feel like I'm able to get my brain back, if you will. I feel like the last couple years or so, I've just been living in a fog. like, and it's hard to describe, but just like, I'm just haven't been myself. It's, yeah, I don't even know how to describe it, guys. And I'm sorry for my pacing. I can't stand still. But yeah, but that's where I am health-wise. That's been a huge hindrance for me right now. But being on the Keppra, it has helped me to actually come into focus and think and do stuff and realize. I feel like I've been having this issue for a lot longer than just a couple months or 6 months. I feel like I might have been having this issue for years, and it only just now finally came to a head and said, surprise! But yeah, but that's basically where I'm at on the house. That's where I'm at with my health issues. Let me get back into focus here. I'm in the house because it's raining outside. I don't want to get wet. But that's kind of where I'm at. The reason the house is not done is basically I had a bunch of health issues and I ran out of money. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I just ran out of money. I couldn't continue. I have enough to continue. I can finish the siding right now on that side of the house. I bought 80+% of the siding for the front already, so that's already paid for. I got about 20% more to buy and to do the front, and I can do the front of the house. I already have the front door. I bought it probably 2 years ago, but it's paid for, ready to go. Once I get the siding done and I have this house fully sealed in, that's when I plan to actually do a lot more of the interior work. I plan to do the interior framing, the electrical, the plumbing, and that stuff I can do good weather, bad weather, because I'll be inside. Now, as far as whether or not I'm going to be off grid or not, I don't know. That's going to depend on how everything's going to work out. Now, where I'm at, they do not have natural gas here. So if I do want to have any kind of like gas heating or cooking, I do have to use LP gas, which I already figured I would have a tank next to the garage. But I'm contemplating, I don't know if I want to do that or if I want to do like a heat pump system. I'm not sure. There's lots of different pros and cons to it. But yeah, that's currently where I'm at, guys. I'm trying to think of anything else I could share might help y'all to understand where I'm at the moment. If y'all have any questions, I will try my best to answer them as long as they don't get too personal. But yeah, I really just want to make this video to let you guys know where I've been, what's been happening with me, why the house isn't done, because the house should have been done 3 years ago. Again, I feel like I'm just now able to think clearly. I don't know how to describe it other than I feel like I've been living the last couple of years in a fog. It's just, I'm only just now able to think properly, focus properly. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Again, let me know what you guys think. I did take this week off for vacation, so weather permitted. And I took it not just for vacation, but I needed to clear my head. I need to get just sleep, if you will. But I'm gonna work on the siding. I very much want to get the siding done on that side of the house, and I want to get all that scaffolding down, and I want to get it to move to the front of the house so I can start on the front of the house. I'd really love to be able to do that this week. If I can, that'd be amazing. But again, that's where I'm at with the house. Again, forgive me if I'm rambling. Very impromptu on the recording of this. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to end the video because I'm not sure exactly where to go from here. I'm sure I've forgotten to include some stuff, but just let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks.